Dan Willis here for yourbadcreditcard.net, and we're going to talk about how to remove negative credit. There's 5 real steps here, and the very first step is to get updated and current copies of all 3 of your credit reports. I know you've heard this before, but let me tell you why this is so important. Is because when you go to remove items off of each one of your credit reports, first of all, there's going to be different information on each one of the 3 major credit bureaus' credit reports for you. So you have 3 credit reports that you're going to have to get. All 3 of these credit reports likely contain different information, and if you happen to dispute the wrong item with the wrong credit bureau, you can get, from reports at least from what we've heard, you can get put on a blacklist and they'll just ignore any future attempts you try to remove even inaccurate items from your credit reports. So make sure you get updated current copies. The second step is doing it yourself or hiring somebody to help. You can do all this stuff yourself. It's just going to be a little bit of information and tasks to juggle. The other option is you can hire a professional. Just make sure you avoid hiring an individual that's going to charge you hourly fees. You should pay like a monthly fee of $100 at the absolute most. You can really do it probably $50 to $100 a month, 6 to 12 months roughly, or you can do it all yourself, whatever you want to choose. Step number 3 is actually disputing the items. So on credit report number 1, you have 3 of them. But on credit report number 1, you're going to review it. You're going to identify all the items that aren't accurate or that you believe shouldn't be there, the items that you want to remove. And then you or if you hire somebody, are going to actually dispute that credit bureau and say, hey, there's an inaccurate item on my credit report. I need you to look into it and remove it. Which brings us right next to the next step, which is step number 4. The credit bureaus conduct an investigation. When they get your dispute letter, the first step they're going to do is say if it's valid or invalid. If it's invalid, they're going to send it back to you saying that they need more information, which is typically what they do on the very first attempt. But once your dispute is deemed valid, then they will investigate it. When they investigate it, they'll contact the original creditor or lender, the person that reported the negative credit about you, and they'll ask them to verify that information. Uh, it is very common for credit bureau investigations when they go to verify it for them not to be able to verify it. And if this happens, then the item must be removed from your credit report according to federal law and the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So number 5 is the brick walls, and the brick walls are really getting the credit bureaus to, 1, conduct an investigation. I could talk forever about this and I want to save you some time, but that's going to be one of the brick walls. You're either going to have to remain persistent to get them to actually investigate the even blatant error on your credit report, or maybe it is an accurate error, whatever the case. You're going to either have to remain persistent with the credit bureau, or you're going to have to hire a professional to do that for you, so they'll juggle and organize all this stuff. The other brick wall is, God forbid, one of your items is verified. Then you may have to go through a little bit of extra work, but frequently that's not much of a brick wall. The big brick wall is just getting the credit bureaus to actually investigate it. If you'd like to get a free report in the 7 super simple steps to clean up your credit, visit yourbadcreditcard.net. This is Dan Willis. Please leave any specific questions, comments, or concerns below. Please subscribe to our channel and visit yourbadcreditcard.net for your free report of the 7 super simple steps to clean up your credit. Have a great afternoon and looking forward to talking to you again soon.